The Mustang Mach-E represents the first real foray by Ford into the electric vehicle market, and it comes not in the shape of a sports coupe, but as a market-dominating SUV. You can choose from 2 battery capacities, either standard range or extended range. The regular versions are available with 3 power outputs and a choice of 2 or 4-wheel drive. At the top of the lineup, you've got the performance-focused Mach-E GT. It gets the larger of the 2 batteries, all-wheel drive, and a big increase in performance. That makes it a rival to non-electric performance SUVs, as well as the quick electrics, including the Model Y Performance. It's priced roughly in line with the Model 3 standard range and the Volkswagen ID.4 Pro Performance. And we're here today in Junction 14 Mayfield to take a first look. So this is a first look at Ford's Mustang Mach-E. There's a few different versions in the lineup. Each variant has a standard version and an extended range version, and this is a standard all-wheel drive Mustang Mach-E. I'm just gonna take you through a little bit of a tour of it. Looks very striking in this red colour. Due to the lines, I've seen it in grey, and I don't think the grey does it too many favours, but it looks very nice in this kind of ruby red. There you've got the Mustang logo on the front. You've got no Ford insignia anywhere in the car except for when you get to the infotainment system. That boots up and it says Ford on it. It's got 19-inch wheels there. You've got the Mach-E logo on the side. This particular one has a battery capacity of 70 kilowatts. Also got a peak power in this all-wheel drive version of 269 PS, peak torque of 580 newton meters, which is pokey enough. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.6 seconds. And you've got the inside. Now, I really like how you open the doors on these. One touch push, straight inside. Now look at the size of that screen, it's just huge. And then the only dial they've given it is a rotary dial for the volume, and then you've also got rotary dial for your park, drive and neutral reverse settings. Here you can see you've got your USB-C and your normally standard USB ports. We've got your wireless charging spot here as well, a couple of cup holders, and a nice floating armrest. The seats are quite comfortable, again only on a first basis, but then you've got this floating, and I like the idea of all these kind of floating dashes, they're great. So let's take a look in the back. So these are the back seats, and there's quite a good bit of space in between the front seat and the rear seat passenger. You've also got USB-C controls here too, as well as air vents, which is quite nice. This is a noisy truck outside. So yeah, this is your view of the driver and the front passenger seat. You've got this gorgeous panel roof. I've loads of headroom, loads of headspace, and again that big old screen there in the front. Nice steering wheel. You've got a couple of touch access buttons on the steering wheel at the same time as well. You've got your Jesus handles. I don't know, it's fast, but I don't know if you're going to need them in a big old SUV like this. Yes, there's folding. I've got loads of space, like absolutely loads of space between my knees and the front passenger seat. I mean, you could happily, I'm sure, spend a lot of time in this car going on road trips with lots of decent space. Let's see. It is hitting overtake boot. So there you go. Boot release is quick and simple. Wow, look at that. It's a good, decent bit of space. It's only about 400 litres space in the boot. And there are your nice place to store all your cables too, which is always a good idea. Sometimes they end up spending a lot of time on the boot, in the boot, but there's a rear screen there, a bit flimsy, but you can take it off. It looks like you need to use that extra bit of space, and obviously the seats are 60/40. You can take those down. Get your Mustang lights. You've got a 12-volt charger in the back as well, so that's pretty good. And this is yep, there it is. Here we are getting in the driver's side as well. Nice touch open. Gonna jump in. So yeah, your start button is over here. Power it up. Get all of the screens, all of the details, all of the info. And there's that big touch screen right there, giving me a few bits and pieces of information. I'm sure it would take a little bit of time to get used to where everything is. I haven't had to use it too much. I've literally only got this for 40 minutes for a quick test drive, but so far so good. The quality inside's really good. It seems like it's a lot nicer than some of the Volkswagen cuts at the moment. Ford are definitely going for a premium finish with this as well, because the pricing is quite steep. It starts at around €53,000 for the base model, and it's probably the one they expect to sell the most of. Show you so far. Get your tire pressure, you can change all these. Work around your phone. Where did my energy go? This is pretty good, I like this. It seems a bit odd just sticking out, that bezel seems a bit strange sticking out of there. These are easy to use, working your way around, and you've got some standard auto cruise control, volume control, and speech control buttons there, and then you've got a tiny screen here which I presume is also adjustable. So yeah, there you go, that's the first view of the inside of Mustang's Mach-E. And you've got a few more buttons over here for your windows locking. That Bang & Olufsen system is top notch. You want to open the front trunk, it's apparently 2 of those. And there you go, there's the front trunk space. Not a huge amount, but enough to squash a few more bags if you really need to. You've got access to your washer fluids, but that is literally about it. I like that they've got these. Always a nice touch because you don't have to worry about it. Popping in the head, there's the Mustang insignia there too, and front grill's blocked off because it's electric. You've just got a standard Ford key here as well. Nothing special or different about that. Would have been nice if they could have done something for a premium car, if they had that premium touch and given us something a little bit more than the standard Ford key when you're paying premium. But yeah, all around it's a fairly electric and solid looking model at the end of the day. It'll be interesting to see what the pickup in the market will be in Ireland. There's a new Untamed Plus drive mode to select on the large touchscreen display. This sets the car up for better lap times on a track. It's said to make the car feel more like a rear drive car, where lesser drive modes are more friendly, like a front wheel drive SUV. It sharpens the steering, throttle response, suspension, and it recalibrates the powertrain to achieve this. Starting at €53,000, the Mustang Mach-E rear-wheel drive standard range and extended range spec includes 18-inch alloys, LED Mustang signature taillights, body colour bumpers, puddle lights, front grille design, heated driver seats, next generation Sync foray, the 4-pass Connect system. You've got a keyless entry system including B-pillar keypad access. You've got a front trunk. You've got selectable driver modes including Active, Whisper and Untamed. You've got a 10-inch full digital cluster, touchscreens and a whole host of safety systems. Battery power is transferred to an all-new, oil-cooled, rear-mounted AC motor to drive the rear wheels, and an additional front-mounted motor for models equipped with the all-wheel drive system. The Mustang Mach-E rear-wheel drive delivers 269 PS with the standard range battery, or 294 PS with the extended range battery, and 430 Newton meters of torque for a 0 to 100 km/h time of just 6.1 seconds. The Mustang Mach-E all-wheel drive delivers 269 PS with standard range battery. It's also got 351 PS with the extended range battery and 580 Newton meters of torque. This gets a 0 to 100 km/h in 5.1 to 5.6 seconds. The Mach-E First Edition features all-wheel drive and extended range battery as standard for 351 PS, 580 newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 100 km/h time of just 5.1 seconds. The Mustang Mach-E GT features all-wheel drive and extended range battery as standard for 487 PS, 860 newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 100 km/h time of just 3.7 seconds.